All right, yo, we are back
Yes.
with another episode of
Ready to be accountable.
Where I am one half of your host, Rocky.
And I'm your second half, C-Note the short guy without short supply.
Yes, sir. And today we got a goat, a motherfucking goat, bro. Like
Preach.
this guy here is definitely the standard when it comes to podcasting, when it comes to being in front of this microphone, when it
Amen.
comes to getting your ideas off in your type of way and conveying it to an audience, bro. Like, I take so much from this guy. Please help me welcome Bobby Boucher.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up?
What's going
What's
on,
going on, brother? How you feeling
What's
today?
going
Chilling, man.
on,
Chilling,
man?
chilling. Thanks for the introduction.
Always,
No,
man.
most
You're
definitely.
a great man. You understand?
Most
This is what we're gonna
definitely.
tap into, though. We're gonna tap into the great man you are. You know,
What's up? I'm ready,
And what's
I'm
the
ready.
journey to get to a great
Most
man?
definitely.
ready.
Before
Yeah.
we get into anything, bro, this episode is sponsored by Block.
Blocked.
Bro. If you don't want to see that dude,
Block.
him. If you don't want to see that girl,
Block.
her. If you don't want to hear from that job,
Block.
them.
Don't call me.
Anytime you put on Block, it conforms to anything that you want. So next time you out, do not forget to shop Block. With that being said,
We got
I
something for
do
you.
have a
okay.
souvenir for you right there.
Appreciate this.
This is our newest addition to the website right now. This is called the Enjoy Music hoodies.
Okay.
Right.
Right now they just got added a little more than a month ago. I do have them on hand. These are something that y'all can go and check out, but I did want to make sure that you had something
I appreciate it.
from us to
Right.
you. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. It's dope.
Most definitely.
Yeah, you've
Definitely.
been a great inspiration to us, and like I said, a great man. Me going back to do Watchy a little bit, and it's like I want to know the great man.
I appreciate that, man.
So we're gonna get into this.
Most
That's
definitely.
dope. That's
Most
dope.
definitely, bro. All right. Thank you. All right, man. Now, I know that we got a chance to meet you on Opinionated as Fuck last
Yes.
week.
Yeah.
And that was a hell of an experience. You know what I'm saying? It
Very
was-
opinionated.
it was very, very, very high energy, and
Yes.
I loved it all. I loved it all,
That
bro.
was dope.
But when on this side, like I say, with me and his podcast, it's more about black men being accountable, more about what we can do, what we can help each other with to help us grow as a community. And if not as a community, then as powerful individuals that one day we can come together as a community. You know what I'm
right, and
saying?
so it's more of assurance and checking yourself on this side, and also having to be truthful with yourself on this side, versus just having an opinion about something.
Okay.
So
Facts.
we gonna dive, like I said, we like to dive deep, know the man or the person you are. So
Gotcha.
So with that being said, what we want to start in, like, who is Jermaine? What would you, if you just had to put out like a power statement or just a overall synopsis
Spectrum.
about you?
what about yourself?
What would you consider yourself?
Overall synopsis. I mean, I think, of course, I'm a great dad first before anything. So that's the
Most
first thing
Talk
I'll say.
that.
Most definitely,
Those after everything come after that. So if my kids first, then everything after that.
for sure.
But I think I'm just somebody who take a lot of things serious, and anything I take serious, I try to put my best foot forward, and trying to do that. Even if it's a failure or a lesson or a loss, or whatever, I try to look back and see where I messed up at and go from there. So
Okay.
day by day, situation by situation, you try to get better and better. So just a trying man, you know.
I feel you.
Understandable.
And I do see that you are a girl dad,
Yeah, 2 girls.
bro. Like,
Beautiful, man.
Two
Beautiful.
when I was coming up, I ain't gonna lie, I don't know why, and
I wanted my
pretty
daughter to be
much
first.
still to this day, I want like 5 daughters. I always wanted like 5
Don't
daughters.
be a girl.
You know what I'm saying? I don't
Five
know why.
daughters is wild.
I want a bunch
now,
of
I have
girls.
one daughter. I do have one daughter. Shout out London. I do have one daughter. Very beautiful, bright, just outgoing, all that. But when I see you, I'm like, damn, bro, like he really, cause I know how it is, especially like the dynamic when me and my daughter get time just to be like 1-on-1,
Yeah.
and for me to like try to introduce her sort of to like how men should be, treating you while they're around you inside of
Yeah.
your presence and things like that. What is like one of the best things you can say from being a girl dad?
It's gonna mature you definitely. I hate to do the gender war thing, but I do think that if had I had a son,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I ain't gonna say you can't grow, but I think you grow more having a daughter because it's the opposite sex of you,
Correct.
and now everything you've done or did, up until that point, whether you did somebody wrong or whatever, because it's gonna happen, right?
Yeah.
You start thinking like, oh damn, it might happen to her. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
naturally, you gotta change your ways. But I always looked at being a girl dad like you the first man they see, so you set the precedent of what they gonna define as a man.
Correct.
So it'll change. Their definition will change, but you don't
Right.
want it to. So I wanted to be 100% man from the minute she was born. Then I had another one, of course, afterwards. But
Mm-hmm.
that's why I pride myself on that. The only downside to that, I feel like, and I always talk about this, I feel like sometimes when you are a great dad and a great man,
Mm-hmm.
the precedent you set for your daughter when it comes to men,
She gonna look
it
for
be
that.
so high.
Mm-hmm.
And like I don't want her to compare 33, 34, 35-year-old dad
Correct.
that got it together now
Mm-hmm. To a 19.
to 17-year-old
Right.
Kyle. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yep.
that ain't the same. So, but I talk to them a lot, and I used to think I ain't gonna be open to my daughter's dating. I'd be like, when you gonna have a boyfriend? When you 30? When you 30?
Right.
But it's so crazy. I watched the Cosby's, and I know it's fictitious and it's just scripted. But I looked at his relationship with his daughters in that series and how it panned out, and I felt like the fact they was open,
Right.
it made their bond so much tighter,
Right.
as opposed to you being that dad that said, "Don't bring nobody home. I don't like none of your boyfriends."
Facts.
Like
Yeah.
I feel like I have to. So and my daughter's. Now everybody thinks daughter beautiful, you know what I'm saying? But I look at my daughter, I'm like, damn, she look kind of good. I don't want to even post sometimes. I'm like,
Right.
she started to grow and develop a little early.
Yep.
So I'm like, she light
The
skinned.
battle.
That's how mine
Yeah.
It's
Real-
a battle,
oh my
bro.
God.
I just know people, and I'm like, and matter of fact, what it was one day, I don't want to talk about this a lot, but one day I took her to school. She went to one of these gifted programs. I remember we was going to check her teacher, it was open house. And we went, and I seen a third, or I don't say third grade, I don't know, one of the boys in there. Did a double take. I said, oh, damn. This ain't it. He was like, I said, oh, what's going on?
This ain't
Oh,
it.
Yeah, that bothered me.
You know how to feel,
that
yeah.
bothered me. But he's 8, you know what I'm saying? What can I do? But
Exactly.
I get it. She looked good.
Right.
And I'm like, damn. All right. So I already know that somebody gonna try to talk to her at some point. She ain't in middle school yet, but it's starting next year.
Right.
So I already kind of start having an open dialogue, like, if somebody like you, that's fine. Just let's just talk. My thing, I want to be open and be able to talk about it, because
Right,
things will
right.
happen. I was young, so I want to be able to talk about it. I want to be a friend of her. I don't want to have to do trial and fail. Like, we black men, so
Right.
you know how it worked out for us. And
Right.
everybody don't go through it the same way. I don't want to trail and fail and it end up miserably. I want to be able to talk her through a lot of stuff,
Right.
even if we have opposite opinions on how we should go about it.
Mhm.
But also, I'm trying to raise her to be a young woman. So some things I will be okay with her going against the grain on, but
Mhm.
it has to be an open line of communication so that
Right.
we on the same
honest with
page.
me,
For
know,
sure.
Definitely,
go ahead.
definitely.
No matter
But she
how
got a great mom too, so like
Right.
that's also a thing.
Yes.
So
Right.
that's
That's another
yeah,
plus.
yeah.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
is definitely
All
a
right,
thing.
and
Yes.
with being a father and everything, when you knew about you was having your first kid, what was your mindset, brother?
Yeah, so we can get into it if you want to, but it's
Yeah.
two different feelings because I got kids by the same person, but I felt different from both of them.
Facts.
But my first one, I was excited. I went crazy.
Right.
God bless my dad, my grandma. I remember going to a house one day. I always check my grandma, always,
Mhm.
and she lived by herself after a while, so I had to go over there a lot. I been checking on her one day. I got off work. I went over there and checked her. I bought her some food. We ate, and she was just joking. Was like, you having a baby? I'm like, no, I'm like, nah. She just happened
Yeah.
to joke and say it.
Yeah.
So I go home. At the time, my kid's mom, we was together at the time. So I go
Right.
home and I tell her, I said, yo, my grandma told someone having a baby. I'm 19 at the time. So I'm like, I'm not, I'm not thinking, But she
Right.
didn't laugh. I didn't get it then. She didn't laugh.
Yeah.
We went to the movies that day. Remember, like we went to the movies, got some
Yeah.
pizza or whatever, or went to Blockbuster. That's long ago. Went to
Yeah,
Blockbuster.
that was,
Long time ago. Went to Blockbuster, that movie, and she was like, she left. I said, you good? She was like, I'm pregnant. I was like, God damn. I was happy though. So
Right.
Yeah, like grandma, you
yeah.
smoking over though.
But the thing, I was happy. So and,
Yeah.
and it's probably
For sure.
TMI, but like I said, she wasn't pregnant that night. She got pregnant that night anyway. So
For
I
sure.
didn't care. So I
For
was
sure.
happy. You
For
know.
sure.
So I was happy with my having my first daughter, and then at the time I owned Gary's Hamburger in Grenville. So I was in business myself with somebody else.
Okay.
So I felt like I was doing good for myself.
For
So I
sure.
tried. I was excited. I wanted her to meet her. That's like in my life. It's not too many things I can say where you know how you get I got a new system the other day, a new a mixer the other day. I got a
Yeah.
roadcaster.
I, what
I was dying to
I
get
know,
it.
boy. I
And I
noticed
was like,
it looked good
it
too,
missed
brother.
delivery and
Ooh,
everything.
it
I
looked
went and picked
good.
it up. I said, oh, now I gotta get that.
Yeah.
I'm excited to use that, but like it's like that, but you gotta wait 9 months.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, and then they had a
Yep.
3D thing, and she looked beautiful. I'm like, oh, I gotta see how she looks. Is she gonna look like me, my
Right.
complexion, da da da.
Yes.
So I was excited. I was super excited. I was involved. I don't think I missed the appointment at all.
Hmm.
I was excited. I was in tune. So yeah, definitely. I was happy.
That's what's up.
That's what I'm
Hey,
talking
while
about.
we on this, and now this is not even on the docket,
Right.
but because we are on daughters, and before like the next question, I gotta ask you is regarding to young men, more sons.
Yeah.
But before we get off of that, because both of us have like light skinned daughters, we are on ready to be accountable. And we do know that the colorism within women is a thing.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Especially within women and with the world.
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? Have you had that talk with your daughters? And if so, like, what did you tell them?
Nah, you know, I did it, and now that you say that, I mean, I think about it every now and then, but I got one that's my complexion, and then one that's super light.
Hmm.
Me, all mother not super aren't light. My brother is super light though.
Okay.
So it's in the gene. My mother was light skinned. Now I didn't have that talk with her. I never did. I feel like that's one of them things where if she experienced it, then we'll talk. But I don't
Mm,
want to introduce it to where I feel like I'm trying to control it.
got
And I
you.
definitely don't want to put an idea in her head because she's her own woman, her own person. She think of her own, which is rare for kids her age.
Hmm.
She got her own ideologies on things. So I don't want to make nothing something.
Right.
You
Got you.
know, because
Yeah.
light skin. Respect to y'all, it's light skin in the room,
Nah.
but
No.
light skin it's a mood. It's like it's not even just it's not
Yeah,
a
yeah, it's
color
a
no more.
lifestyle.
Right.
It's a lifestyle.
Yeah, it's really a
Yeah.
lifestyle, bro.
Yeah.
It's a verb. It's an action word. It's a noun. Like
Right.
But you know, I got a dark daughter, so I know dark is a
he said, I got to
lifestyle.
talk to her. That's funny.
Nah, you know, both of my children mother
Brown
are
skin.
dark. Yeah. So I like dark
I
women.
got
I want my
dark.
kid to be blacker the bear, the sweeter the
Hey.
Jew riding boy.
You funny, man. That's funny. That is funny.
Nah, that is crazy because where the reason I ended up bringing like that conversation to light because I also have a son as well.
Right.
Both of my kids are both of them light skinned. Both of their
Ah.
mothers are light as hell. So you know how guys do. We joking and whoop, 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 and he just happened to make the black joke, crunchy black. You know what I'm saying? Whoop, whoop.
Nah.
Which it, you know,
Yeah.
I know dudes gonna get at it while they
Yeah.
growing up, all that good. But I did. He made it in front of you know what I'm saying my daughter, and I don't know why that idea came that I had to speak on it. But I felt like it was necessary, and then like a couple of days later, I'm at my grandmother's house, and she watching The View, and it was a topic on there as far as like, it was supposed to be like two dark skinned women like that actually made the cut, but because they were going for a more diverse look,
Mhm.
Whoopi made it.
Ah,
You,
it's
you know,
diverse.
you
Yeah.
feel me? So it's just like I know it's gonna be a thing, and like I told, I didn't get too hard on them because at the end of the day it was jokes, but I did want to introduce the serious more,
Yeah,
more
'cause
every you
a
know.
joke is serious, really.
I mean, really, what you
Yeah.
what I was faced with, you know what I'm saying, and many others. You feel me? So that's just what I wanted to segue on that. But while we, like I say, while we still on the kid situation, now I have a son also. Now, I be preaching this pretty much in every podcast that I'm a part of or that I run. But I preach therapy, 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 therapy. And it's been like a thing with we get off camera like half of my guests agree with me, half of them don't. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Now I won't call any names, but he know what I'm talking about. He really feel like I'm wasting my money going to therapy. And he's basically saying that, bro, only thing they're doing is just exposing what you already have within you, which is true. However, I say I would not be able to have recognized it without the guidance of somebody who's, experienced
Yeah.
and has the knowledge, because therapy is more than just talking to somebody.
Right.
Like,
It's gaining the
it's
understanding
it's
of
a
self.
psyche
Yeah.
kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, what do you think about therapy, and do you think it is vital for our black sons?
I think uh, anything therapeutic is vital. You don't have to always go to therapy. I'm not against therapy at all. I'm actually pro therapy. I had a
Correct.
therapist on my podcast a few times.
For sure.
Based on the like, so a therapist isn't a waste of money, and it's not them just talking to you.
Right.
It's their vocabulary, it's their approach, it's how they are choosing to connect with you without even knowing you from a can of paint, but they learning you through questions. So
Mm-hmm.
um, I wouldn't say it's a waste of time because even if that therapist tell you the same thing your mom been telling you all your life, you'll take it from that therapist. First of all, they decorated, they
Mm-hmm.
decorated, so they already got a degree in this, but
Thank you.
they are able to read you and tell you things about you through concepts and vocabulary that a lot of our culture aren't privy to
Yep.
or
Right.
just don't use.
Yep.
Amen.
So your mom saying, "Hey, your mom said, oh, you just going through a phase right now because you're a teenage boy,"
Mm-hmm.
but your therapist going to tell you, "Nah, your dad left. You know what I'm saying? You didn't
Right.
have this in the household. Or your mom was
Exactly.
working. You felt the need to do this. You did. It's they're gonna pinpoint and all that stuff is the same thing, but they're
Yep.
gonna detail it and it's gonna you be like, damn. And then those little all those so 1A, B, C, D, E
Mm-hmm.
is more than that. So even that 1A is more. So even that
Yeah.
1B and it's like a breakdown of all that stuff. So how y'all digging in?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is you digging in. Your mom or your parents or your people around you ain't gonna really dig in because it's hard to dig in when you all going through the same life chances. So if all
Facts.
three of us are going through the same life chances, you all it's easy for us to feel like, well, if
That
you're
is supposed to
younger,
happen.
that sound like us because we from here. We not really from here, you know what I'm saying? But our mindset tells us that's what it is.
Yep.
Your therapist gonna tell you you felt the need to do that for this reason or that reason.
Right.
Just through questions and just listening.
Right.
Which,
That's what
like I
I'm
said, our
talking
family don't do
about.
that sometimes. They don't listen. They just talk and they talk at us.
Mm-hmm.
And but especially for young black men, it's so much on us because I don't know what y'all dynamic is, but like I'm the oldest, so
Mm-hmm.
my dad left around 7. I remember the day he left, and he was just saying you the man in the house. But to a 7-year-old, that means something different. It's like okay,
Right.
well I gotta be you. Damn you,
Yeah.
but you
Right.
bigger than me. You know, you got a
You
big
doing
gun.
more? I gotta go to school.
I'm scared of stuff. You're
Yeah.
not scared of nothing. Like how can I do this
Yeah.
overnight?
Right.
So subconsciously you thinking, okay, I gotta protect my mom. So
Yep.
even something simple like somebody on the street saying something to your mom, you might be looking back and say something. It's like, ain't really your place. You know what I'm saying? You think of 20, you 25, 30, 40 years old.
Mhm.
You fool your little 7-year-olds, you know what I'm saying? But in your mindset, you gotta be man in the house. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yep.
things you're doing. So even when you do starting to go outside, whatever you're doing, in that field, and let's say you go raw somebody, whatever, but you get a good lick. You get about 250. You
Right.
12, 13, 250, a lot of money. You 12, 13.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's it for just 2 hours. Just walk around and then finally saying to raw somebody. I might do that more often now. You know what I'm saying? And it becomes a thing. Then you get warped up and because you graduate other things.
Yeah.
It
Right.
start from robbing, then
And
you start doing other
facts.
things. You start doing other
Mhm.
things. Next thing you know, it's racketeering and
Yeah.
gang. It's a lot. It's a lot that can happen like that. But because you feel like I'm the man in the house, I gotta go provide. I gotta go do this. I know my mom working, even though
Mm-hmm.
it's a means to the win. But you don't know
Right.
that because you just know your environment. That therapist get you up out of that. Like, hey, this is where you're going wrong. This is some other alternatives
Right.
that you can do and still be you.
Right.
So I feel like it's about the type of therapist you get. So it's not just
Yep.
going to therapy.
Yeah.
You could it's like buying a car. You going to
Yep.
shop cars, you need a shop therapist. Like
Yep.
see which one relate you the
That fits
best.
you.
That's it. They ain't
Mhm.
gotta be black. Sometimes you be amazed. Be a white one that be like
Bruh.
they get you right.
You know
That's
what?
crazy.
And let me expound on that about the therapy because I heard somebody say today. It was odd to me that they said it. It was like I'm not comfortable with that person to tell my business. I said, and the people that you comfortable with ain't comfortable enough to tell you that you wrong.
Yeah.
A lot of times,
Well, yeah.
and not only that. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. But not only that, when you talking to somebody comfortable, they ain't gonna look at it the same way somebody that from the outside looking at it when you telling them something. And
Mhm.
then Think about it. The people you comfortable with gonna tell your stuff. I paid it. I got what I paid this person to do. Never say nothing about what I just
Yeah.
told you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's against the law for you to say something
Right.
about what I just told you.
Mhm.
So another thing you gotta look at it, boy. This paid secrets. I paid somebody to hold secrets for me. How I really feel about
But
something.
now you're getting dialogue back, and it's like
Right.
it's not biased.
Right.
You know, they're not gonna tell you something just so you can come back and
Yeah.
pay them more. They're gonna tell you what it is, and if you don't like it, you just don't like
You
it.
just don't like
Right.
it.
But people, like you said, people say they're not comfortable with it. The weird thing is like the people that say that it usually be the same people that go on social media and tell their business anyway.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you're not comfortable with this one person knowing
Right.
your business, but you're okay with all
For free.
4,000 friends that you don't know.
Yeah, for free.
You know about 40 of them. You're okay with them knowing your business.
Right.
It's just weird, like this.
And for free. And it's
For free, yeah.
You
Right.
give your
For entertainment, they screenshot it, it's in their group chats, they, you know,
All that.
it's all that stuff. So
And that's
Kinda
crazy
crazy.
because like you said, I do believe it does have a lot to do with you shopping around, because one of the main reasons that I even jumped into therapy for my very first session was because I did get to choose my therapist. And it was an older black guy that reminded me of my granddaddy.
Mm.
And I went to therapy kind of like maybe around the second year mark after his death. So that was kind of like, it was kind of like a slight reincarnation through
Yeah.
him. Like I was
Filling the
like,
void.
right?
Yeah.
Like I was really like detailed. But I get what you're saying. It does not have to be. It does not have to be a black therapist,
Right.
because most of my like exercises and most of the things that I exercise in times of like heightened emotions, like I got that from white therapists.
Mm-hmm.
Most of it from a white lady. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
I do agree that the therapist does not have to be black, but you do have to vet them and know that they are
Here for your best
the one
interest.
for you. Like
Yeah.
it still is something that you look for. It still is some type of connection. You know what I'm saying? Or comfortability. It's a comfortability level that you look for, as far as, especially when you're new.
Yeah.
Now, like me now, I don't care about being comfortable. I'm looking for like what are you like what are you specified in? What are you majored in? Because going into therapy, then you learn there's so many types of therapy.
Yeah, different
You know what I'm
types, yeah,
saying?
yeah.
A whole it's a whole world just in itself with therapy.
So
you know what I'm saying?
somebody that say that it's a waste of time, but they can't tell you that the type of therapy it is, because
Thank
Yeah.
you.
you just think in therapy, or they think. So I say, black people like doing this. Like, of course you got
Only us
you
like-
got Sopranos. So the first thing they go to Sopranos. He went to therapy. He was. That's one type of therapy though, and that was that was in the 2099 whatever take place. I feel like now like you don't have to actually go to therapy for it to be therapy too. You can do things that are therapeutic. Right now this is therapy right now. We all
Facts.
talking and we all bouncing off each other, right? I use my thinking aloud as therapy, so I did 65 today. So 65. So I got 65 to me. I got 65 meetings of therapy with myself. Just me and the camera. That's therapy to me.
Right.
I'm talking them and bouncing ideas or whatever.
Thing.
If you make music, that's therapeutic. So
Right.
it's whatever you release and you getting your ideas out, or whether it's the negative thoughts or putting yourself in a space where you comfortable in being. That's all it
Big
is, you know.
fact.
So
And then,
Now we finna got a segue, but I do want to get one more idea at you, because all right, I know we was just speaking about therapy and the vital to our sons and the young black youth. Now, going kind of off what you said, a lot of people, or a lot of black people, feel like it's weird, feel like it's they don't need it, this, that, and the third. Now, through going to therapy, I feel like the reason why a lot of black, especially black men, don't even want to try it is because, first of all, a lot of us don't even know our father. So we don't have like a relatable relationship of how to speak with another black man.
mhm.
You
Yeah.
feel me?
Yeah.
So I feel like when it comes to even speaking, the only way that we engage with other black men, it's a negative. It's a negative like already just
yeah,
just
kind of
starting out.
aggression
Yeah,
Just
already
like
there.
let's just all three of us walking through the mall. If we see another 3 black men walking through the mall, we automatically looking at them like
sizing them
checking
up.
them,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
like we're not even giving them a chance
the
to.
first negative thing that happened is a wrap.
And
Yeah.
it's crazy, and that's what like when I notice like these are the real effects of you know what I'm saying, like some of the trauma that you faced as a child and shit, this is why I advocate so much for it. And then on top of that, I'm glad that you said like it's different kind of therapy, because one of the things that I argue, another reason why black men can't speak to each other is because half of the time we don't even know what we feeling. I noticed like through
Preach.
through therapy, a lot of black people don't even know. Black men don't know what's the difference between the feeling of being jealous and being mad.
Yeah.
They compute them to come out in the same way when they're not the same feeling. Like I said, I had to. It took me almost all my life to figure out that jealousy is not a bad thing.
It's actually healthy. It's
It's
natural
a
too.
Yeah.
health. It's
Yeah.
healthy. Oh my God, it's so healthy.
But we got a lot of we got one expression or
Yep.
one way of expressing something for multiple
For
Yeah.
different
multiple
moods.
things that shouldn't
And it's
even
okay to
happen.
have different expressions for different moods. But for us, we know that one, and most time it's aggression,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
and that's it. So you jealous, you aggressive. You happy,
Yep.
you aggressive. You mad, you aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
You learning something, you aggressive. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? You feel unsafe, you aggressive. You
Yep.
feel safe, you aggressive. It don't matter, like that. You know that one move for everything. So
Mm-hmm.
I would say you just gotta get the vocabulary up and get that thought process of it's exercises. Like, okay, when you're happy, you should kind of channel that this way. You channel this something this way. That's what therapy do. You know,
Yeah.
you're not gonna learn that. You mentioned like even when you were young and you being the man of the house. That young kid should get therapy.
Right. Hey, I'm glad you said
Yeah.
that. That's why I wanted to touch on, because
Yeah, I seen you call it. Yeah.
I don't think that, like, bro, I think that statement is very toxic, especially to a young kid, bro. You're not a man of the house. Like, bro, it was one, like, this is almost probably been a year ago now. But I started my children on doing chores. I give them, allowance every week. Whoop, whoop.
What's up?
So my son did that. he did all his chores. And now he's staying with me full time. So, he did all his chores. I
Shout
gave
out
him
to
his
you.
allowance. Thank you,
Understand,
thank you.
me and you on the
Oh,
same boat.
trust me, yeah. But and he did all his chores, and his mama came and picked him up. And when he came back, he didn't have his money. So I'm like, bro, what did you spend on over the weekend? I'm
Right.
trying to teach him about the 50, 20, 30.
Yeah.
So I'm like, bro, what did you spend it on over the weekend? Type. And he just kind of looked at me and put it. I'm like, what's going on? He was like, man, I just my mama ain't have certain thing. I just wanted to make sure she had it. I'm like, why did you feel like that? You know what I'm saying? He was like, well, I don't want her doing all of this by herself and this, that, and the third. I was like, I understand where you at. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
I'm a mama's boy.
Facts.
Like, literally, I got a whole nother story for that. But I'm a mama's boy. So I understand, like, why he wants to do it. But I also have to give him the understanding that this is not your position. Like, you're still a child. Just please stay in the, if there's something that you want, you have two parents. You know what I'm saying? If your mother doesn't have it, call me. If I'm not able to get to you, like my side of the family is very, very like involved with my kids. So if they can't get to me, they can get to my grandmother. They can get to my mother, my father. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole lot of plans. So I'm trying to get. I don't want him to fall into that habit of feeling like just because when you're over at your mother's house and there's no male figure over there that you presume as the
He's a
man
male
of the
figure.
house.
Yeah.
I do agree that does need therapy if that has been something, you know what I'm saying, that was a thing in your
Right.
life type. You feel?
That's a lot on your shoulders when you 7, 8 years old.
Yes, sir.
Preach.
To have
Oh
to
my
take
God.
the place of a grown man. 'Cause you're not even
And
a
you
teenager
and
yet.
guess what? And that grown man didn't know what he was doing. So what
Which
you
is probably why he left.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
imagine
So
that.
For
all right,
sure.
and we speaking on, like I said, we as a black man, how do you feel? How did you feel about yourself I want to say preteen and all the way to this point as a black man? What was your emotions? What was all the
Well,
you
when
felt?
Well, you say black man. I don't know if you like want me to like really go deep into race.
I
I'm not. I'm from New York. I don't.
Yeah,
Everybody
it's
black up
very-
there.
Yeah, yeah,
I
everybody
never
black
knew.
up there.
I never knew nothing about
Not
race.
different until
Yeah.
you get down
Yeah, I didn't know that until I came here. It was a crazy thing.
But okay, well let's expand on that since you came here.
Oh, so me coming, it was crazy. I was like, the hell? I felt like I was in a Disney movie a little bit. Because when I first came to school, it really felt like a Disney movie. I was like, so you got, I don't know what they call white people like in trench coat. We call them gothic people. I don't know what they call, but the
yeah,
gothic
Gothics.
people.
Yeah.
Then you had the jocks. I seen niggas in Letterman jackets.
Yeah.
I've never seen Letterman jacket in a day in my
Yeah,
life.
yeah.
Then you had, I guess, the pretty girls, whatever.
Right.
Then you had the
Segregation.
geeks. It was like it was clicked up.
Clicky.
And I
Yeah.
said, this is Disney. This is it wasn't a movie at the
It's
time.
social statuses out here.
Definitely.
In the South, it's social status.
Yeah, so
it means something.
but I've always been my own person. So even though I could say you could say I was popular in school, I just still stayed to myself. I had one friend, one real friend, and we hung out. You know, we chilled. We stayed to ourselves. More people come around if we stayed to ourselves. So I always been like even now, like I'm always to myself.
Right.
I ride alone. I be alone. Listen to my kids, but I'm alone most times.
Facts.
So I felt secure. You know, like I said, I was fine where I was at. So and that's the jungle to me. So
right.
and like I said, I don't have no big brother.
Right.
So anything happen to me, I can't go get nobody else. I gotta turn around and fight again.
Yeah.
So
Facts.
I'm beat him up next time, hopefully. You know what I'm saying? So I never had that, no big brother, none of that stuff. So everything was trial and fail for me. Everything was, you gotta go through it first. So and my dad, like I said, my dad was around. Shout out to him. He was around, but he also been through his own things a lot of times. So anything I had been through, I called him. I didn't get what I wanted to get from him. It wasn't like, oh, I'm coming down. You fought what? They did what to you? Wasn't none of that. My mom, she ready to go. Oh yeah. My dad was like, hey man, you gotta tighten up, man. Yeah. That's it. And he hang up. All right, well, I guess I go fight again. Try it again next,
That's great.
That's it.
Yeah, because that's I mean, when it come down to being a man, that is it.
Yeah.
What you gonna do? You got another chance to try McGee.
That was it. Yeah, it was
nothing.
Nothing else. So, but like I said, I didn't have no crazy childhood. Like I got bullied or the little events that happen. Like you said, you learn from those events and you go from there. But one thing about that environment, one thing happened to you, it can kind of change like how you are. So a lot of times, if you become a victim of something, you end up kind of like making other victims. If that makes sense. Yeah. So like the first incident that ever happened to me is like that just changed my whole life, my whole thing. So then you start doing other stuff that you probably shouldn't be doing.
I hate that.
And it's almost like I felt like when you're in that environment, it's like it's kill or be killed, not literally, but sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's a dog eat dog world. So it's like, or it's that mentality of it's either you or me. Yeah. And it's gonna be me. I'm picking every time.
I feel you.
Yeah, mind you, that person that got money in his pocket or that's doing his own thing, it's not him and me. But my mindset is him and me. So it's either his 250 or my 250, and I ain't got 250. About to be my 250 now. You know what I'm saying?
I feel
so that mentality is just it's already a toxic mentality.
Right.
But that when you growing up, like I said, no big brother. So people I do look up to are probably people that either that's stronger than me, that I feel like it's tough.
Yeah.
Until you get into something you're like not tough, but that's another story.
Yeah.
But because people had it's a wolf ticket world. They said wolf tickets.
Yes.
You think you with somebody and then like something go down, you like, what? Why you ran for? Why did I get hit? Why I hung with a lot of people that older than me a lot of my life. So when I would go outside, when I was like 8, 7, 6, I would not 6, but like 7, 8, I go outside, I hung with people like 12, 13. So I'm like 10, now I'm hanging with people like 7. I've been hanging with 17-year-olds. I'm 10, I don't know what's going on, But when you hang with them, you start looking at them as they could be something they not, because they're older than you. They seem like
you see them in a different light.
Yeah, because people I'm around are scared of them.
Yeah.
Right.
But people they side ain't scared of them.
Yeah.
But I'm not knowing that. You know what I'm saying? So hang with people that's older than you, and then when things happen, it's like, okay, that's trial and fail. You with these older guys, things happen, they not there. It's like, okay, I see now. It's by myself.
Yeah.
Got you. So and like I said, coming down here, I already learned everything I need to learn by then because you grow up quick when you in certain environments. So I came down, I was 15. I felt like I was going already.
Right.
So when I came here, I knew stay to myself, do my thing, and just watch my back or whatever it can be. So I always did that, and nothing ever changed for me on there. Yeah, but I also didn't come down here with that
macho mentality.
I hate that when people come from New York.
Oh my God!
Like they the bad.
But I ain't gonna lie. The one thing I do, and I had a guest on my podcast, Sincere the Chef. He's from New York, and like I told him, one thing that I do like, cause my mother and my grandmother are from Brooklyn. They born and raised in Brooklyn. So when we went back up there to visit, family and have a little reunion up there, bro, it was just like the hustle. The excuse like level is low as hell.
Yeah.
Nobody has an excuse out there. bruh.
Exactly.
Like literally,
They doing 30
I
different
see
things
so
at
many
one
people
time.
That's
talking
it.
about like, oh, I don't want to do this because everybody doing this. When literally you can go in New York, walk down the street, and there will be 10 hot dog stands.
Yep.
All of them sell hot dogs, every single one, and they right next to each other, and everybody
All
eat.
of them got lines.
Like,
Yep.
bruh, they are like, bruh. I had so much respect for the hustle when I went out.
Yeah.
I'm just like, where's that down here? I don't like it doesn't equate.
No.
And I guess by my mother, being from there, and then my daddy just being overly like he my dad is like, I would say, the true definition of toxic masculinity. Now when we say that, a lot of people think of, like you say, aggression.
Mm-hmm.
The first one that's ready to fight, and no, that is not what I'm speaking on.
Yeah.
That person right there is emotionally unintelligent and can't control his emotions. That's
Scary.
all.
Yeah.
He's
Scary,
just
really.
quick to let his emotions take over him. He is not toxic masculine. He is not over masculine. I feel like over masculine are exactly what it says, the man roles and just going over with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's a provider, but he was a provider. Like
Yeah.
he was already retired from the army, already had a good job, and he picked up 2 more jobs on the side of the weekend. For what? I don't know. But it's just something in him.
Yeah.
Like I say, and the last episode, like,
He
bro, my
can't stop
granddaddy
moving.
and my daddy both instilled in me, like, the least amount of hours you will ever put in is 50. Like, when I heard 40, I'm like I've always heard 50. Like, since
Mm-hmm.
I knew what working for, my money was. My granddaddy always said that 50 hours or don't even go. You're gonna, whatever you do, you're gonna do it to the best of your potential. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like toxic masculinity is just overdoing it in those aspects, not in this can't control
Yeah,
your emotions. You beating your woman in front of your kids. You can't
Yeah.
control what you saying. You not making sense. Like, that's
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't consider that toxic masculinity or over masculine. I don't. You know what I'm saying? But I believe that's what my father was. You know what I'm saying? And that's due to him not having his father. You know what I'm saying? And I understood. You feel
And
me?
Jaws kept him outside.
Well, not even so much outside. Like, kind of like what you like. He took over the man role of the house real early.
Yeah.
Like you
That's all you
say,
know is go.
right? You know what I'm saying? He single mama. He is the only brother of 5 sisters.
Yeah.
You feel me? So in his eyes, he like, I got to, like, there's
Yeah.
nothing else type. You feel me? So I really understand like what situation he came from. But then, like I say, I'm fortunate enough where he was in there, so I can be here to like think for myself and actually want to know more and go deeper. And like you say, therapy teaches you that, like, especially like the shadow work.
Yeah.
When I had to start doing like the shadow work, bro, like literally just writing that stuff down makes you cry. Just makes you. But then when I had to confront, like, my mother was one of the hardest confrontations I ever had. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't. I felt like me confronting her was gonna feel like she would look at it as me disrespecting her. So I was very cautious on how I approached her. But a lot of the things, like, you can't sugarcoat certain things.
Yeah.
The truth is just the truth
Yeah.
at the end of the day. And it took me a while to get there, but I'm glad I got there. You know what I'm saying? And like a lot of people don't even know, like, a lot of the stuff that you have to do, you have to confront your own parents about, because
Yeah.
these are the
Mhm.
people who shaped and formed you into this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, a lot of it comes from your friends and society, but the main core, the root of it, it comes from home. You feel me? And like I say, that's why I'm really an advocate for therapy. I'm gonna keep screaming it
But
to
that's why people not advocate for therapy too, because the ones that's gonna get confronted about that, they don't like that. They don't like to hear like, hey, when you raised me, this affected me. I didn't like
my
that you were
God.
screaming at me when you came home from work. I ain't do nothing to you. Like, it's certain things that they not willing to admit
Yep.
or see the way you saw or the way you felt. They will.
Right.
I did a podcast a week or two ago with a father and a
I
father
watched
and a
that one.
daughter.
I watched that one.
That was rough for two reasons. One, nobody noticed, but he didn't know that he was walking into that. I thought he knew, cause she called me and said they spoke about doing it. So I thought he knew. He did not know that. So, but the fact that he was able to take that in and still speak and not disregard her feelings and be like, he just took everything on the chin. Like, yeah, I should have did something different. Like she said, I remember the day you left. Probably something to do with their mom. Like he ain't like to be the person that was in the bad, but
Right.
she hated him because he left, and they just had a bad relationship. But she told him like, I hated you for 18 years, even though he had got custody of her like at 14, 13 years old. He said it was rough with them because they hated him so much. He didn't know they hated him.
Right.
But he did. What I liked about it, he didn't disregard her feelings. He didn't say, but this or but. It was like, yeah, and I should have did that.
Yep.
That's my fault. Da da da. But he respected everything she said, took it in. Stuff he knew already, I guess. But he took it in, and I thought that was dope because that's hard for a parent to do.
Bruh, it's very and
for them to swallow their pills.
I swear to God, because one thing, and bruh, it's crazy. I hate to keep bringing it up, but I don't hate to keep bringing it up. It needs to reach more people. But one thing I do now, and my kids are 11 and 12. Like, man, it was hard. I swear to God, it was hard, and it really this brought a lot of stuff gonna bring you to tears. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially when you confronting trying to know the real you. And bro, one thing I do now, and I advise all parents to do: sit your kids down. First of all, let them know they're not finna get in trouble for anything they're about to say after you ask them this question.
Right.
But ask them, what can I do better as a parent?
Yeah, that's what you gotta do.
What do you feel about me as a parent?
That's not right.
And now, bro, I had to correct my grandma the other day. Like, we were all over her house, and my son was over there. He was doing something, and she was telling him, "No, you don't know that because you're not old enough." I'm like, whoa, like, no, that's not correct. Like, we're not gonna do that again. Like that generational thing.
It's dead.
That stops with me. Like, no, just because he's a certain age, I'm not finna tell him that he doesn't have the right to express himself.
Yeah.
Like, yes, you do. And what you express at that age is important to you. Like, I know your friends are like up here. You know what I'm saying? Like, they mean a lot. Your social circle. I know, like, losing the game is like losing a job to us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I understand that's what you equate it to. So I'm not finna look at it just because I understand the world doesn't look at it like that. You know what I'm saying?
It ain't even about the world.
I'm not finna lower your feelings or lower the way you feel or disregard it or any of that, because I want you to understand now that, yes, you do matter. Everything that you feel matters. And everything that you feel now is going to shape who you are in the future. You feel me? And I don't need you having a wall up or a defense when it comes to expressing yourself, especially with me, because I know it's not common. It wasn't common to me. So, like, bro, I swear to God, I think I'm gonna like video record, not to put it out, but just to see, because sometimes when I'm trying to talk to my kids, I don't know if I want to get proper. I don't know if I want to just, talk to them like they my friends, but I just want to be relatable.
Yeah.
Like something that my parents were not to me. Like, I give her the way she parents, bro, I give her, like, she hates that I put her on a pedestal. I love the way her kids can just come to her. Mom, let me tell you about this. You know what I'm saying? Mom, can you come in here? Let me holler at you about. Yeah. I'm like, bro, that's beautiful. Yeah. That is fucking beautiful, bro. Like, and that's like what I aspire. Like, for when my kids get up into age of like wanting to try, like, bro, Dad, can I holler at you about it? I want that type of relationship. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's why I think, like, when I try to speak to them, it's like a fumble. Like, it's almost like
I'm in 11 and 12 though, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So I was talking to the same one with the mother, the daughter, and the father, and one thing that they did bring up was, 'cause I do that. I have videos with my kids and we just play, and I'll talk to them. Sometimes it's serious, sometimes it's joking, depends.
Right.
And you think, my daughter's 10, 11, so I've been doing this since she was like 6. So you think you ask her questions and you always ask like, "Am I doing good?" or "What can I do better?" But naturally, and that's good to ask in that current moment. But naturally, with them being 10, 11, 12, I think to them, just you asking that is enough. So they not even gonna have anything better you can do. For one, just like you said, so you grown, right? And you was like, it was tough to confront your mom after all that
Right.
time.
Facts.
So imagine your dad asking you, what can I do better? It's kind of like, if I do have something, am I really gonna say it?
Right.
And even though you want to build that,
Right.
it take a lot for a kid to be like, well, you could do this more. So I think one time my daughter told me like, well, I like we just watch a movie and you held me, but she old enough, so I don't always hold her. I hold the other one.
Right.
Maybe she feel away about that. I didn't know. So now I know. Okay, well I can do that more. But it's very rare you'll get that out of a kid sometimes because they speak in different codes. You know, but sometimes they say nothing, and nothing can mean one or two things, but they don't want to say it because just like you protect their feelings, they want to protect yours as well.
Because like how me and my son is, because I got to raise my son for a long time. That's one of my best friends. So conversations, we have real deal men conversations, and I tell you how you feel. Like we cry together. Like me and my son cry together, bro. We cried the other day because he wanted to express how he felt about his mom, and I was like, don't give up on her. She trying to get better. You know, when you gotta learn sometimes when people be going through something, bro. It's hard for them to get their brain together, bro. That a lot of times I say, cause look, I ain't have my mama nor daddy. I ain't have neither one of them guys.
And it's crazy because one thing I learned through therapy is a lot of people, especially after the age of 25, are locked. They like whatever habits they didn't develop, they like they're locked. 90, like a lot. Well, it's getting better now that more people are learning about therapy. But a lot of people after the age of 25,
stuck in their ways.
It's hard to get them to change, bro. It's very hard to get them to change.
It's dope that you told your son to not give up because a lot of times you have parents they can't wait until their child is ready to say that other parent just ain't it.
Yep.
Like they
I want to allow you
to
do that. I want to allow him to do that. Yeah, because it's like I that's my at the end of the day we was never we went together, but that's I had a baby with her. We made you, son. Yep. And for me being raised by a multitude of women, I know pregnancy will tweak your head up first.
Right.
In your body. Yeah. So, but your mind is gone for it.
Right.
Your body get back right within 2 years. From what I read, women. So, but your mental, it take a long time for your mental.
Right.
Because I'm very.
They'll jump on you. Hey,
yeah. Right. So I always have to put that from what I read, and I've been invested into women all my life because they were my superheroes.
Right.
A man didn't save me. A man, ain't no man come save me. And the thing that hurted me was the women that came and saved me. So I've been stuck. So I have an uphill battle with women. Right. I can't commit to you because I know you'll do some foul to me, and I can't do nothing to you about it. I can't do that. I could kill him. Yeah, man. Ain't nothing I.
Right.
Yeah, that's it. I kill you, bro, and I'll be okay with that. But you, the world.
But see, a lot of and then a lot of things now. Like, and we can move on to the next subject, because I swear I could sit all day and talk about therapy. But a lot of things now, like one thing that I do now, and I just did this like a week ago, bro. When stuff in your life get chaotic, like really and you don't know what's going, bro. That's the time you need to hone into yourself, take a step back, hone into yourself, and just really reevaluate you inside every situation that you did not like, because even if you feel like you weren't wrong in that situation, you still had a role to play into why it led up to that in the first place. Because one thing I'm learning through therapy again is boundaries.
Yes.
And that goes further than just who you're dating, who you having sex with.
Your parents. It goes to your parents.
Bruh.
Look, I just had
the parents.
Okay, now can I take? I just had this.
Not like boundaries.
Yeah. I had an incident with my and I was talking to my pops, and I heard the aggression in his voice, and I'm a high spirited person. I go off of spirits and vibes.
Yeah.
And now I know I haven't done nothing to you, and I'm that type of person. I know I ain't done nothing to you, and we talking, and I ask you a question, and you give me a condescending remark.
Yeah.
So I say, wait. I said, let's stop right here. The condescending attitude you got, I didn't do anything to you. And I that's the first thing I would not let, because if I'm talking to you with all love and I know I'm pissed off at somebody else, it's not towards you. So you're not going to direct that to me, and I know. But if I have, you need to speak it up right now so we can go ahead. Because I'm the type of person, you got to tell me what I did wrong. Because guess what? You gave me a chance to fix it. and I'm gonna fix it. We're not gonna have this problem again.
Right, right.
So see, you not telling me that I was a problem. I know I'm not a problem.
Yeah.
So I ain't in no guilt trip, but talk to me. We men.
You gotta draw that line.
Yeah, we men. I love you, and I told him
Yeah.
I love you, Daddy.
But see, one thing I don't want to cut you off, but
Yeah.
like, cause see, you kind of have like the dynamic with your daddy, with me and my daddy. One thing I learned through therapy, especially like, all right, so you already know, boom, I just gave you the fact. A lot of people are not gonna change after the age of 25.
Right.
All right, so a lot of things that you're trying to tell your parents, you know what I'm saying, especially your parents, because they feel like like you're in debt to them in some kind of way. I've learned that about
Yeah.
like they feel
They
like you're
entitled
in
to.
debt
Yeah.
to
Yeah, but
them.
I'm God to you.
But that's
how they-
cultural though, so like, it's not even just
That
your
is
parents.
cultural.
It's,
That
it's
was what I was gonna
generation
say.
based.
Yep.
So it's cultured, and you said the 25. So think about that. They mom said that. They mom said that. They
Exactly.
mom said that. So they always feel indebted, you know.
Yep.
And the new generation now is picking up on new things, but for the most part, older generations they still stuck in those ways.
Yeah,
the 70s.
and they hate how we parent. And a lot of
Yeah.
them hate how we parent now.
Bruh, yes, like and that goes along with the boundaries. Like
Yeah.
I swear to God, that is one thing that like learning what they are and actually implementing those in my life. Like he said, bruh, that's probably why a lot of people do not want to go to therapy, because a lot of boundaries that you're gonna have to set is gonna be with the closest people.
Mhm.
It's gonna be with your mama. It's gonna be with your daddy. It's gonna be with your grandmother. It'll be with your sister. Like, bruh, like, because when you honing into yourself and you gotta evaluate everything that you played wrong and correct it.
Right.
Like, another thing that I wanted to jump on is like, bruh, black people, we are, like you said earlier, we only know one reaction to, multitude of feelings, which is aggression. But it's also aggression. The only way we know how to take multitude of feelings is either through pain or hurt.
Yeah.
Because we are so used to being the victim, we are so used to having the shit end of the stick, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? And our generation is very victim like acceptance.
Yeah, I don't like
and,
that.
And like we have like the accountability is very low. It's just now starting to get back, you know what I'm saying, where people are realizing like, okay, after a certain age, yeah, they like our parents had a role to play, but once I'm grown enough to,
About 25, I feel
know-
like, about 22, 25, I feel like that's when you need to be going to go get yourself together, figuring something out. Because
before then.
I really think so too, but I know
Before
you're not
then.
going to catch it. Right.
I think it depends on your environment. Like
Right.
some people's environment ain't gonna allow them that time. You 22, 25, that's survival year for some people.
Yeah, you're right. You're
Yeah, if
right.
your parents is kicking you out, or your mom was like, "Hey, look, I'm gonna live my life now. I gave you 20, 18 years, like I said,"
I
or
hate
you in college, or you just really don't like your situation at home. 'Cause
Yeah.
maybe you got immature parents, or you got your own thing. So, whereas some people can use that time, they out of school, they got a little trust fund, their parents did right, so they had made good decisions. They got cushion, they can live, they can do that.
Yes.
Our culture's not like that.
Yeah.
20s
Right.
for us is
It's not 30.
that's Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Man,
20s is
Yeah.
Hunger Games. Like minute you
We're
graduate
in
high school,
survival mode.
so we get happy at high school, but that's it. High school, it's a wrap after
Hey,
that.
you know
That's
what? A
real
lot
life.
of you know what? Can I say this? And for the black parents back in the day, I don't know if the still black parents saying I can't wait till you turn 18 to get out my
No,
house.
hell no.
You should stop saying that.
Hell no.
Cause also, even I was the type of kid I knew 18. Well, I'm gonna have to be out this door. Like,
And that's scary.
yeah.
That's
So
scary.
what
to a
what what
kid,
with that
bro.
thought that you gave me? I mean, with that saying that you gave me, it's in my head now. It makes me go do something or figure out in a way that you didn't guide me to get
Yeah.
out your house at 18.
That's the kicker. That's the kicker.
You
right
didn't
there.
guide me.
Like you didn't get especially like the survival. Money is like credit is better than paper.
Yeah.
You didn't tell me that. I'm
Yeah.
just figuring this out a couple years ago.
I got some bills in your name.
Yeah.
You got
Okay.
bad credit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Time you graduate high
All
school.
right.
Facts.
So and this is what I'm saying. Like a lot of this shit can be stopped with accountability.
Mhm.
Like, bruh, okay, if you messed up, just say you messed up. But you know what I'm saying? One thing, like I say, one thing I don't I think we all need to get out of, because we are so accessible to being a victim, because we are so like common and we identify a lot with pain and hurt, bro. Like we have to get away from feeling like situations have to be right and wrong.
But I definitely agree with you, and I think that, but we cling on to those sayings and no pain, no gain, only the strong survive. So we equate pain with like that's my success story. Like if ain't no pain, even now, like I don't know how y'all are with that, but like we feel like if somebody's I don't say I use Columbia County. I don't know which one from
I did both.
So that's just my plan. We always think that they have no story. Like you had a good, a beautiful life, which ain't really true.
Fools in Columbia
But
County,
because they don't have the same, they don't look like out here or 13
But they
kids.
struggling even worse because they in houses.
We think that living like in a painful environment situation means that you tougher,
right?
You stronger,
right?
It don't always equate that. Or if you don't have that, we think you weak.
You weak, right?
Because you ain't been tested.
Oh my god!
But that's just the culture.
The one get tested the most. The one you
I
think
hate that.
tested.
I hate that, and that is so true. The Columbia County, Richmond County thing is so true.
It's stupid.
You already no. When I came from, I was in Columbia. I was in Columbia County. Well, with my dad. I went to Evans Middle School. Then went to Evans High School. From the high school, I switched over to my mom, so I came from Evans, went straight to Josie, bruh.
Different.
When niggas from Josie heard that it was a nigga from Columbia County there, I didn't make it in Josie past 2 weeks. I was in tribunal and I had to get the fuck on.
Yeah.
Because people just kept testing me. Like, I swear to God, I mean, I knew people. I had my cousins and shit down there, of course, all of them. But niggas really test you because you're from Columbia County. Like, boy, don't get this shit twisted. Like,
that's the thing, though. Like, it's like, so even we say no pain, no gain. We got all these theories of why we should have to go to pain to feel like we survivors. But what happens if we around somebody that ain't got pain? It's like, I got to inflict pain on them now.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I got to test him,
and that's crazy.
Yeah, like, why are you bothering the person? Like, leave him alone. Like,
Bruh,
why is that person even a bother to you?
It's just so painful just to see, like, bro, now that I'm, like, more on trying to, like, be the one in my family to change the narrative on that, it is painful to see now. Like I said, the walking through the mall scenario, I can just look at a couple of, you know what I'm saying, and they just all, like, bro, I'm in here finna shop for my daughter. I'm feeling good. I'm about to go get my son some more shoes. Like, I'm in a good mood. Why is you?
In the bad
but
mood,
I get it. Yeah. I cannot act like I do not get it. Because I tell her all the time, bro, it was survival for me that got me to the point of where I'm at right now, bro. Just me being able to survive this long. You feel me? Like, I can understand the mindset of the guy who's robbing the corner store. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't think it's right. I'm never going to promote it. And right now, it's dumb as fuck. But if you ask me, can I understand or can I relate? Yes, because I was the same guy who came out of jail. The only reason I had my son, I told him this story, and bro, but I remember talking to my bunkmate. I had just did my first, like, long stretch, inside the penitentiary. And when I was getting out, I told my bunkmate Face, I said, bro, I'm gonna have to go out here and make a child, because I know I'm gonna either be dead or I'm gonna be back in here, and I need my name to be carried on the street. And I remember being so okay and so, like, that mind frame was cool with me at that time. Like, and when I think about it now, it scares me, bro, because I know how some people are feeling. Like, I know how these young niggas are feeling, bro. Like, if I was in the mind frame of, bro, I'm gonna be back in here or dead, bro, that means there was only so many things I was going to do out here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm not going to be back in here for goddamn going to school and, you know what I'm saying, becoming a doctor. That's not why I'm coming back in here. You feel me?
Right.
So to know that I was in that mind frame and to know where my mind frame is now, you know what I'm saying? Like, I be so grateful all the time that I'm here now. Because had I not got here, bro, like, I would just be another statistic. I would have been another sad story, another RIP, memory every year. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just sickening to me now. Like, it really does shake me up to know that I know there's people out here that are okay with going to jail. I know there's people that are out here that are okay with dying. Like that, like they will put themselves in a position where you will have to kill, breaking somebody's house. I'm pretty sure if anybody breaking any one of our houses, we're gonna defend our house.
Yeah.
But it's some people out here who are ready to take that chance.
Well, people like I said, they anybody that commit to the streets, that's what they commit to. I say that, I got a saying, I feel like when you commit to the streets, for one, you're also saying F your family. That's number one.
Facts.
Because once you're in the streets, or whatever you're doing, whether you robbing, stealing, selling drugs, whatever.
You can't come back home. You shouldn't
It
be
ain't no
coming back
rules,
home.
but it's fair game. Like, they can't
Yep.
get you, they're going to get who they can get.
Yep.
So you're already saying F your family, but you committed to the streets, and committing to the streets just means that you decommitting from your family as well.
Yep.
A lot of times we think the streets is going to get us, I'm on a car, buy this, buy that, but
Mhm.
you decommit from your family because when you do a stretch, they do a stretch as well.
Yep. Bruh.
So,
I
Not only that,
totally
and
agree.
like you said, if I can't get you, I'm gonna get them.
Right.
Yeah.
Facts.
You get shot, they get shot.
Yeah.
Right.
You almost die, they almost die.
Trust me.
Because like they mentally they like, damn, you almost didn't make it, or you didn't make it, or
Mm-hmm.
somebody gonna come get you, or they gonna finish the job. Like, what you into?
It
They
was
worried.
the same
So
thing, bro. I didn't get that feeling until now I'm going on 4.5 years of being free, not into any contact
man.
with no police.
I'm
You
proud
know
of
what I'm saying? Of not going, you
proud
feel
of
me?
you.
that's what's
And
up.
like now it's like I say, I'm just in that mind frame of when I see the shit that I used to be okay with doing, and like my son growing up now he's starting to hang with his friends, and I'm trying to like get it to where he gets it. You know what I'm saying? I still don't know that formula yet.
But that's another reason why, like you were saying, therapy can be important too, because we got all these programs, you got these mentorships and stuff like that, right? I know, y'all probably the same way. When you 14 and you already doing what you got, when you 14, 30, you think you grown.
Yes.
So if you're already
I was already
outside,
doing
say you won a
shit. I
couple
was
fights,
trapping.
the people
Oh,
people
I was
fearing you,
trapping
you got
already,
respect out there. You think you got it all. Can't nobody come tell you what you're doing is wrong and change your lifestyle. Like, for what? They
Right.
know me outside. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Therapy could change that for you a little bit. Because
Yes.
sometimes the people closest to you can't get to you. Sometimes it takes somebody that don't know you from nowhere and able to seep in and get you. So
Yeah, there's a
that's why
reality
therapy is
check.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't
Hell
know.
yeah,
With me, when mine kids coming though, mine was because I didn't have my parents, and I was gonna show you up. So I had a drive to show them up.
That's
Yeah.
dope.
Like
Yeah.
I didn't care about I didn't have a thought to be married or be one of the chief's boyfriend. I had thought because I think I was in a household where my father and grandma was raising everybody else's kids too. So
Right.
I'm in here raising kids, and I can speak. I speak kid.
Mhm.
That's my thing. Kids is my thing. Like they're easy. I can understand them. People be like, "Why you love kids?" Like kids, like when I'm at work, me and kids, we finna kick flavor in here.
Right.
And then, cause I know they don't know why they even here.
Mm-hmm.
We know what are we here for?
Right.
And see, for what I had to go through, what are we here for? You had me and dropped me the fuck off.
Right.
Like, and whoever y'all mom and daddy just dropped y'all off, so who gonna love y'all? And my grandma loved us. She loved the fuck out of us.
Right.
You hear
Of
me?
course.
But it made me want to love the fuck out of
Mhm.
kids, because I saw what she saw in kids, but I also saw she had a manipulation game down the line, because we would do anything for her.
Bro, that's crazy that you said that, because I wanted to touch on that manipulation. I'm gonna touch on it real
Yeah.
quick for this next subject, but that's something I had to teach my little girl. It's all right when her mama tells her she can't do nothing, she doesn't talk back, but she walks around the house with the saddest face. She walks past her grandma and just real slow and all of that, and I had to come over there and check that. And at first, my baby mom was like, "What? She ain't doing it." You know what I'm saying? No. But what she's doing is called manipulation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't, like, yes, you told her that she can't do it, but she's steady walking around with all this sad energy. Now your mama is coming to you talking about, well, can you?
Yeah.
And you know what that, like, that
And then
that
you
is
feel like you bow
creating,
down
like,
to her.
that is creating, like, your foundation for discipline is not
Mhm.
solid. You feel me? So she's able to manipulate her way out of that situation. I had to check that. But you know what I'm saying? No, if you can't do something, bruh, you do not walk around here with another energy, with another attitude. Your face does not change. You accept it. and you go on about your business.
Facts.
But you do not try to find another way to get it done without saying nothing.
Yeah.
Because now you
playing.
I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Do you feel me? And a lot, and bro, I be having to tell this with the women in my family. It's just a thing. Like, bro, my mama called me for something, and then she came. Oh, she gonna throw an attitude. No, don't do that.
Don't do me like
Don't do that. Just because I said no, do not try to make me feel bad because I
Yep.
said
No.
no.
I said
Whether
no.
I can
That's
do
what
it or
that.
not, like, respect my decision.
And see, that's why I love kids.
And that's crazy.
I
And
love
like
kids.
for
And
real,
if you
it'd be
can tame
crazy.
them, and I always say, I know my son. We have talks. Because my son never seen me with a girlfriend. Never. My kids. I never parade a woman in front of my kids. And then see me with my homegirls. And they don't know that, but I learned something about my son. He been watching me so long. He knew. One day he was just like, Dad, you be liking me. You'll never say nothing to him. I'm like, yeah. What's the point of saying something to him? I don't need to, cause my life is great for the most part. It's not a need it's not nothing I need met. I'm fine. They good people. I just like to be around women. I don't trust them that well enough to want to be with them like
I
that.
feel you.
Yeah, nah.
But before we got we about to wrap it up in a second. But before we get out, it's definitely something that I wanted to touch on. With like I said, we over here and me personally, I look at you like I say as the standard in this space. I look at you as a GOAT in this space.
Phil Jackson, the pop.
What do you feel like is the obstacles for black people inside of this like podcast media space, so to speak?
Audio space.
Oh man, now I think one obstacle is like not creating your own path. You know, a lot of people emulate something else or another podcast they see, which emulating is there's nothing wrong with taking a formula from somebody or the approach from somebody. But I mean, people sometimes damn they be regurgitating the same things they
Yep.
heard, you know, and that's crazy to me. But I see that as an obstacle. And then it's about why you doing it. Like say y'all talking therapy and y'all deep diving into certain conversations, and it's therapeutic for y'all. So that's why the conversation flows so well. Some people do it just because they want likes. They doing it because it looks cool to do now.
Right.
Yeah.
So I know I said last time, but like rap, like people like rappers because rappers get the women, they see the women.
Right.
So now I want to rap. I don't have no sincere like deep care for it.
Right.
But because I know what it brings, I'm gonna do it.
Mhm.
So it's like that with podcasting. Podcasting got to be approached differently because you're not rapping. You're not just on a beat. You actually got to hold somebody attention for a long time.
With words.
With
Just
word and
no music in the
conversation.
background.
And your personality.
Yes.
But I think I said the last time we was here, but people will be on the phone with their friends and they have this 45 minute conversation. They think that the world need to hear it.
Right.
And it's like, we don't. Y'all can keep that on the phone. You know?
Exactly.
And I'm not saying that some friends shouldn't do one,
Yeah.
but not
Facts.
everybody shouldn't do one. You
Everybody
know?
know.
And I think that's another obstacle. They think that because they watch an episode or a podcast or they see some clips or snippets, mind you, 2 minutes or 90 seconds if it's real,
Right.
and they see a 90-second reel and like, oh, I can do that. But they don't realize it's like, you got to really, that 90 seconds, some of it's not edited. It's a real 90 seconds, just a good 90 seconds.
Yep.
Some people can't strain that long. They can't they don't let their guests talk. They over talk this person. They over talk that person. Like, that's not a cohesive podcast.
Right.
That's a phone conversation. That's why I had it on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it on the phone. Don't go buy a camera with microphone. I actually feel like, I'm not dissing nobody, but I feel like you should have a license to buy microphones now. Microphones are getting crazy. I feel like a microphone, the microphone, like a gun should be easier to buy than a microphone right now, in my opinion. Microphones is getting crazy. Like,
Yeah.
Crazy.
People that don't have no kind of, because a microphone to me represent leadership sometimes too. If you got one of these, you some form of leader because you have something you need to say and people can follow and listen to or latch on to or expound on, whatever, dissect,
Yeah,
however
some
it's
part
gonna
of
be.
leadership into that.
Yeah, you got followers and people that's far from leader, very low on the totem pole of anything with leadership,
Boy.
going to get a microphone because they got the money or they got their
Yep.
friends that's in this, and it's horrible.
Mhm.
So it saturates the podcast world. But I know, like for me, how I look at it, I just like, well, only I'm gonna do what I could do.
Mhm.
So you gotta stay true to whatever it is you're doing. Like, it's easy to get caught up in the gender wars. Like people think you come on a podcast, and you're like, okay, well, why you don't like women?
Right.
Yeah.
That's just the main.
That's just because they put out.
Yeah.
And that happen to be popular right now. I guess gender wars is very popular, and since
I don't
COVID
know
came
why.
on,
It's
I think
stupid.
COVID happened because you couldn't be around people, and
Right.
You needed something.
Yeah.
yeah, people started gaining weight.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Everybody, started looking kind of funny.
Yeah, look.
Hey, little no, when you really had to sit in the house with your significant
And fake,
others.
and you're like, dang, I don't like women. So, but you ain't saying that.
Yeah.
They just
Right.
they just don't
Right.
find out like women, or
Yeah.
women like, you know what, I don't like men.
Man, that's crazy
just
that you
find out
said
everybody.
about the microphone. That lead me right into this next question, kind of like a 2-part question before we get out of here.
Right.
First, what is, and if you do have like your favorite specific brand of equipment that you have grown to like since being in this podcast space? And second, where do you see More Than the Masters podcast? What aspirations, what goals you have for More Than the Masters podcast within the next 5 years?
Favorite brand. I ain't gonna lie. If you know what you're doing with the material you got, any brand gonna be a good brand. To be honest with you, like I got a $99 mixer. I had a more expensive mixer. I just got a different mixer.
Mhm.
The brands is if you know what you're doing, you could tweak it to where it'd be fine.
Right.
You get a cheap microphone, a good microphone, a condensed microphone, and that microphone, it don't matter.
Mhm.
But if I had to pick one, I would pick probably Audio Technica because it's easy to get.
Okay.
And it's high quality for the price. I like Shure too. Shure is good. That's probably the only two. I don't have too many other ones, but
Mhm.
those two I like those the best. As far as what I see More Than Masters at, like I try to push the culture. So the greater the city, the greater the podcast is gonna be. So the city, whenever hopefully they continue to do so, continue to be great.
Right.
Then I'll be great. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I think that I just did an episode. It's gonna come out tomorrow, probably tonight, depending how I feel.
Mhm.
But I just dropped one as we were speaking. I just went and released it, so it's out now.
Facts.
And on
See that man
on,
work?
on that, this one I just did today, I was saying like Augusta it's a immensely talented place. There's a lot of talented people here. Whether you're talking about artists, rap,
A lot. Artistry.
singers,
done.
musicians, sports,
Right.
you name it, from front to back. It's a super talented place, and it came from I think EJ posted like who was the funniest comedian in
Mhm.
Augusta, and I feel like sometimes we box ourselves in by trying to be XYZ of Augusta,
Right.
and that you can't do
Yeah.
that. You gotta like for me.
Don't bound me to go.
I'm competitive because I play sports, but I don't come to this and like I'm gonna be the best podcast. I don't necessarily do that. I just approach it the best way I can.
Right.
Yes.
It just happens to show because that's how I'm approaching. I'm not thinking about Slym. I ain't thinking about this person.
Right.
I'm just like, I'm gonna hone into what I can do, and I'm gonna continue to do what I'm doing. But what happens is people start to notice that.
Mhm.
Your peers start to notice that. And as long as your peers respect you, I feel like that's all that matters when you talk about local and city. If my peers
Facts.
respect me, I'm good. Y'all give me kudos, y'all respect me. That's good. Let me know I got my handprint is somewhere on here.
Facts.
Now, what I do outside of is on me.
Right.
But I also don't have aspiration to be like, I want to be in Atlanta doing this. I started this. I'm good in life. Like
Yeah.
outside of that, I just
Right.
do this because I like to highlight the city.
Yeah.
I'm from a place where, like I said, he said, "There's no excuses.
Facts.
Ain't no excuses."
It
man.
really
Like,
ain't.
I worked 5 o'clock this morning. I was
Hello.
pissed off, but I worked 5 o'clock this morning. I got up at 10. I took my mom to eat. I went to record to buy new equipment, and then from recording, I put my daughters up and came straight here. So I've been on the move all day. I ain't get to lay down. Ain't no excuses why you can't do it. But somebody will tell you, like, oh, I couldn't do that because I ended up laying down. Laying down for what?
Right.
Yeah, what you gonna do?
Laying down
Oh
for?
my God.
But that's the nature of.
Back
And that's
when we laid
that's why
down.
I approach podcasting that way. And I think with More Than Masters, the work shows. I'll have any guest on. If you represent Augusta in a positive light, or if you got something going on, and I think it's instrumental that people know what you got going on, then you coming on, we gonna get it right. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
That's just that, and that's just it for me. Like I don't. It could just grow little by little. I remember when I had no followers and no following at all.
Mm.
I always told myself, well, I'm gonna try to grab 1 or 2 listens at a time. I'll
Yeah.
come out every week, try to grab 1 or 2 at a time.
Mhm.
So if that happens, 52 weeks, you got 104 people, hopefully. Then next week, next year, 204,
Right.
and you keep going and going and going.
Mhm.
Just so happen, sometimes some episodes made a bigger stride, so
Right.
I was able to do that with the right guests. But it's all up here. It's up to you. I can't be in competition with this person, that person, that person. No, I want everybody to win. So I listen to everybody's stuff. I'll share everybody's stuff.
Facts.
I criticize everybody's stuff in a positive way for the person.
Mhm.
If somebody want to do a podcast and they start one, I tell them come to the studio.
Mhm.
We chop it up there. I sometimes do a test with them. You'll never hear it, but
Right.
Felix did the same thing. I did the same thing with Felix,
he
you know.
told me. Yeah.
And I didn't even put the full thing out yet. I just put some of it out, like snippets of it. And those did good. And that wasn't even real content. I just was talking to him.
Right.
But that's how I always been, and that's why I think I'm able to like strive in what I'm doing, and people like able to like give me my kudos because I'm not out here like, hey, it's just me and F the rest of y'all. Y'all all trash. I don't be doing that.
Yeah,
Now people will say that, but anybody that said that is probably because they said something and I had to check them real quick, and then they probably feel like we don't like them because the energy is there already. But I've always, I don't care how bad a podcast is, I've always shown love all the time.
Facts.
So.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yes.
Bro, we was finna get out of here, but I gotta ask you one more question. Like, cause bro, I just be wanting to know.
Yeah.
I'm good, bro. You good?
No, but what are well, you answered that already. You did say you watch, peers and stuff. But when it comes down to as far as like inspiration, who I know we went over it and opinionated, but again, we do have a different audience over here. Who do you draw inspiration from for the podcast, for the media space?
When I first started, I was very, very impressed with Tax Stone and Joe Budden. Still like Joe Budden, Tax got a situation. So
right.
But I like them. I feel like they were relatable. They were more like me. I'm like, damn, I can do that. You see Howard Stearns, you see Dr. Phil. You said they ain't like me, so you think you can't do it. You see your people like, damn, this is that kind of. It's not easy, but it's like, okay, that's challenging. I can do that. Now I draw inspiration from like, I try to just compete with other podcasts I did. So if I'm about impact. I don't care if only 23 people watch a YouTube. If 5 people can talk to me about it in person or call me, I get a phone call and I have these hour conversation about the stuff I had, or somebody else call me saying, yo, I love what you did. That helped me. I had somebody stop me at a game one time and was like, I was just mind my business. He's like, hey, you mean? I'm like, yeah, like, yo, you got me through my tour in Iraq or whatever. I'm like, so you fighting for your life over there, but that podcast you saying, I like that, what I'm saying? Ain't
that's what matters.
No number gonna show you that. The number ain't gonna show you, hey, you impacted this person, that person. So impact is, that's what inspires me right now. Impact.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because views, one you can pay for them, so anything you can pay for is like whatever. Yeah. But impact, you can't buy impact.
Hell no.
It's either you got it or you don't got it.
Yep.
So that's right now. That's what's inspired me, like impact and having an episode where I can clip them up for a year if I want to.
Right.
I got
facts.
4 or 5 episodes out right now. I don't clip one at a time just because I ain't have the time. But I can easily just make reels every day if I want. I can make 4 reels a day if I wanted to for the rest of the year probably.
Facts.
Of new content that's already out. You know what I'm saying? Of old content already out. So
that's crazy. Boy. What? All right. Now, do you edit your
everything,
own content?
all stuff. Yeah.
Oh my God. All right. So you on the same shit I'm on. Bro.
I was gonna say that. Only thing I was gonna say, I just spoke about this in the one yesterday.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think I put on my story turnaround time. I think that's one thing that kind of bring me up against a lot of people because we'll do one that day, and I might have it out that night. Right. Depending on what. Oh, I know I might have a snippet out, but I might have it out that night. It's hard to do. You gotta learn it first, but I spent a lot of hours.
I know you
in that studio doing that stuff. I used to work on Peach Road, and my studio's on Tobacco Road. And I had to work at 7 in the morning. I'd be in at 12, 2 in the morning trying to make it. I had a like an HP at the time. And you don't know if the space gonna make the video or not. Oh, and they say like 5 seconds loaded, and next thing you know, 2 hours say, oh, export failed, and it's 3 in the morning. Like, damn, I want to put out 6 in the morning. It took 3 hours to make. Yeah. Now I gotta wait 3 more hours. I had to delete stuff off the computer. It's a lot of trial and error that people don't see behind it. They just see when you post it. They don't know what's behind the scenes.
Yeah, you don't fault.
You done lost mad sleep. You done lost it all. You done got mad 10 times. You went to scrap the whole thing in the first place.
Ready to tell everything.
Now I got a MacBook, so it's super easy. So I
so MacBook would be a recommendation.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man.
Say less.
You know, when I was told to get that, I was like, I'm not paying. Are you crazy? And that's probably the best investment I made. Like
say less.
My camera too, but the MacBook because I'm able to do everything like that. I probably the video I'll make tonight is going. I probably put it tonight just to show you how easy it is. Like, and I gotta work in the morning, but I'm gonna put out tonight. The audio, like how you doing everything. Right. I know how this works because you gotta match it up. Yeah. MacBook, you hit that button, you hit sync, and it sync the audio. I swear to God. That used to take me about 30 minutes trying to find out where to start at. Yes. And then you got time with the camera cut off, so you gotta cut that, you gotta find that back. Nope, you just hit sync and sync audio, It's one button. It take, I swear to God, like 20 seconds, if
See,
that,
oh my God,
and
that
it's made.
sounds like music to my ears. I
Yeah,
promise that
so
sound like music to my
Cause I
ears.
know he be down here pissed.
Bruh, I be
it's
everything he
hard.
just
It's
said.
hard.
I felt
That is
every
hard.
syllable that man was just saying, bro. Cause everything has happened that he just
Or you
said.
make it and then you find out like the second part ain't syncing. Like, oh
What?
damn, I done. It's a lot.
Oh,
It's a lot
I
that go
know.
into
it's
that.
I done been right a
right.
little bit to watch you do it. I
With
see him
that
get
being
mad.
said, with that being said, bro, I was having this conversation with my other homeboy, and I told him, bro, whenever we get big enough where it's just out of control, bro, and we do get an editor, bro, like
We gonna have to
I'm
pay
gonna
him.
be the advocate for them to get paid more. Cause I
Yeah,
don't think y'all understand
there's a lot that go
what
into that,
goes
bro.
into what he
Yeah.
just said, bro. And especially if you're an expert at editing, that means you done did all of what he just said like 100 times.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? 1,000
Good
times.
times.
And really not so now you like, bro, I have so much respect for editors. Like I really do.
Yeah.
Like this journey has really showed me that I really want to do it. Cause
Yeah.
a lot of people would have been, bro, oh my God. Bro, just
That's respectable though, because like I'm gonna say I don't respect them because I respect everybody, but I do have a greater respect for people that do their own like post production and stuff because I've been her position. Like, I've been sitting back there with while I have my own podcast, but I might produce my own. I had the equipment in time, so I'm able to mobile and do it. And it's bothering a little bit. Like they'll come and sit down. It'd be late, whatever. They come sit down, they talk, and they go home. And like I'm like, damn, they comparing that person to me. That's crazy.
yes.
Cause I get like, and she probably like you got to sit in, right? So this is the thing. Like she's sitting back there now, and it's time for one. When it's really good, you want to jump in.
Yeah.
As a you want to jump at the pocket. When it's really good.
Yeah.
That's number one. When it's really bad, you're like, all right, tight, wrap it up.
Yeah.
This is crazy. A lot of times it's really bad. I'm not gonna lie. Some people
Yeah.
are really bad, right?
Yeah.
But not only that, it's like they get to just go home.
Yeah.
All right, send it to me, you done, and give me the money. It was always cheaper than what it needed to be, whatever. And it's like, all right, well then I gotta fix the audio. I done told the person talking to the microphone 20 times. They doing this. For some reason, people think that if you this way, I gotta do this. Cause why? I'm right here.
Right.
Don't talk over
Right.
Right,
under
yeah.
right
Just
here, and
talk
that's
right
it.
here,
What's
yeah.
hard about this? But people can't do that.
Yeah, cause they gotta
So
talk or look right
that
at
used to
you.
bother me.
Yeah.
Or you in the
Yeah.
room with the AC come on, so now you gotta turn the gain and stuff down so it hit the AC,
Yep.
and they won't speak up. Oh, they quiet. I don't know.
Bruh.
And then you fix they sound. Then they get loud. You gotta turn back down. Like it's a lot that go into
I
that.
just spent 2 hours just on audio alone, just doing exactly what you just
That's why
said.
she had the
Oh,
headphones. I used to like put the headphones on. But me, I said after a while, like you know what? If they don't listen, that's their product.
Yeah.
My product gonna be fine. I'm gonna listen. I know how to talk to the
Facts.
microphone and do my thing. But that piece right there, I don't miss. I stopped on purpose. I didn't need the money per se, but it was good to give
Right.
my daughters or whatever.
Facts.
But it's like people don't appreciate the time for that person. That
Oh,
person's
my
time
God.
is very, very valuable.
Valuable.
Very.
And which why when I did my thing online, I was talking about the thing. I told Mario too. I was like, well, you know, that's gonna be an intricate piece to the process. Even if y'all don't get along, even if y'all don't see eye to eye that day, they are seeing a piece that you just not seeing because you in the moment. A lot of times people get behind the microphone, they only in behind the microphone
Yeah.
mode.
Yep.
But what happens? That person there is seeing what that person is seeing already.
The whole
Yep.
the whole bigger picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like I said, you gonna have to. I told him sometimes you gotta say you right and let it go because sometimes you don't know if you right and vice versa. But
Yep.
you gotta let it
We
go
know.
because I know like on the thing we were
We
talking about
know.
something for a long time. Like yeah, I don't know if that was important enough. But
Right.
I told him I was like I don't think that part was important. It wasn't that deep. But I get it.
Right.
It stay true to his title of his podcast.
Facts.
This is more chill. This is what I'm used to. It's more all right. You can go.
Right.
You can go. My turn.
More flow and direct.
Puff pass, I guess.
Right.
I don't smoke,
Right.
but you know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. It's a vibe, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for
It's a
sure,
vibe.
for sure.
Yeah.
But it's more like that, and that's
Since
what
we
I'm used to.
Yeah.
But yeah, that position, I in editing, that's another thing when you say like the obstacle of podcasting,
Bruh.
people don't want to put that work in.
Yep.
So they'll pay me, whatever, or pay Slym or whoever they pay.
Mhm.
It's my money to go to their house and do that just to say they did it.
Yep.
But because you have people she know what you're doing, you know what you're doing, he know what he's doing, and they can do it quicker now. Everybody gets to step foot in this game without putting in that groundwork. I feel like if you should be able to do your own. If you can't do it yourself, I ain't saying don't do it, but you should maybe wonder if you should do it or not because I think learning that part
should learn.
tells you how true you are to what you're doing.
Exactly. I
So
swear
if
to
you
God.
everything you doing, everything she doing, like I'm sitting there like, oh, thank God. I remember them days, boy. I remember I messed up and I didn't had it where I didn't press the button. My mistake, like, oh shit, they talking 40 minutes, I ain't pressed that button.
Oh,
You know, I didn't have some,
God.
yeah, but like I said, I didn't want to do it. But when it's mine, I messed mine up too sometimes. I done
Sure.
deleted a file before I saved it. Like, fuck. I done not had the camera on record. Like, oh, man. So it's a lot. And you do it by yourself. Everything
Yep.
by myself. So having a team, is a good thing because like, I do it
For
myself on purpose. But if I could have a team,
Mhm.
ideally you want that. Everybody
Right.
play their role. And I said that was the best thing about last week. What I saw was it was his. So like I like the fact that y'all was like when it was his. If he was over talking, which he do this in real life anyway.
Yeah, he do that.
That's my guy. He do that in real life anyway.
Right.
Y'all was like, all right, cool. I peeped it. All right, it ain't mine.
Right.
I like that. You know what I'm saying? Just like if it was this, I would hope he do the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And that's dope. I like that everybody play their role and knowing, when and when to jump and when not to jump in. So
Facts.
y'all doing a good thing. Like I said, if it wasn't, I wouldn't be here again. I would have never came
Thank
back.
you,
You know.
man.
But nah, I try to help everybody. So anybody that, because people, it's only one person, but people do say that. It's like this. They set boundaries, right? So,
Right.
and I wasn't gonna say it one time, but like boundary wise, like everybody know a version of you. So yeah, I'm a dad. I'm older now. But sometimes people cross some boundaries, so you have to address certain things.
Facts.
And when you do that, then they feel like, oh, you a bully, or you did this. No, I'm not a bully. You just been weak, and I've been trying to chill.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I've been trying to chill, but you stepped that line. Now I have to whoop your ass a little bit.
Right.
And I think what happened when I did that, now you got somebody saying, oh, you a bully. I ain't a bully. I respect everybody podcast and I help everybody out if I can. I support everybody if I can.
Facts.
It's just people jump out there thinking that they can do certain things, not knowing that.
Well, not even going to study or research.
But I'm really not the person to do that with,
Yeah.
I might be, I'm nice, don't get me wrong, I'm a nice person, but at the end of the day, I'm going to do what I got to do.
Facts.
And especially if you're not like that, definitely that's wrong. You can't not be like that and then overstepping boundaries. It don't work that way.
Right.
People that overstep boundaries, I hope they like that because
Right.
then we can address it differently.
Exactly.
But if you're not like that and you overstep boundaries, I'm about to fuck you up.
Yeah.
Now
a
you
fact.
just playing. Now
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
don't do
I'm
that,
gonna
bro.
give it to you now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
waiting
that's the
on it.
thing. And I'll make sure every time you see me, you're going to remember that.
Yeah.
You kick my
Exactly.
ass.
Right.
Every time you see me. I don't care
Facts.
how I got every single time. I was talking about them days. They talking about something, and I'm like, yeah, every time I see it, I'm going to make sure you know don't fuck with me.
Facts.
Remember what happened last time?
Facts.
Hey.
Most definitely.
Hey, let's look at him
I'm
like this.
agreeing with that.
Come on.
Yeah. What's
I'm
up, though? You know what I'm
totally
You
saying?
good?
Right.
You good? Look,
Right.
why you shake? You good?
You all right?
All right. I just want to make
That's
sure.
my favorite thing to do. You good?
Oh,
You
God.
that firm handshake. You
Yeah,
good?
you good?
Yeah.
Hey,
Get a
man,
understanding.
when we get off
Looking
the camera,
dead
I
in the
gotta tell you.
eyes. No.
Either yes or yes.
Yes,
Right.
yeah.
I'll tell you right now, because it's
Facts.
the wrong answer to that
yeah,
question.
Yeah.
Facts.
Now, yeah, I'm good. You better hit me with that. Well, you better hit me with one of them, boy.
You better be, nigga.
Yeah,
I know that's
yeah.
Hey man, I swear to God, bro. Like we are definitely gonna have to get you back for like another one. I don't even want to say a part two. I just want to say another experience, another goddamn.
I'm down. This was dope, bro.
Another talk,
This was
another
dope.
conversation.
I love this.
Like, bro,
dope.
I done picked up so much. Like just from watching you, just from the 2 interviews that I've been blessed to be a part of with you, like, bro, you don't even know, like, a lot of gems I'm just storing, I'm using, I'm implementing. Some of them don't work for me. Those are yours. You feel me? But
yeah.
nigga, I'm gonna at least try. Like I say, yo, look at you like a goat. Why
I'm
not try?
gonna keep it a buck though, right? So like I watched a lot of your stuff even before you had hit me up, and I seen the reels and stuff you was making. I was like, damn, I like to see the growth in people when they doing certain things. So I like that you had this like live thing you were doing, but the audio still sounded good. The video was clear. I'm like, and I'm thinking like, how's he doing this? And I do this. I'm like, how he going live and look that clear and look and sound that good? I like that. The fact that even if you're a newcomer, you can still learn stuff. And that's my thing. You got to continue learning. You can't just be like, you in this seat and like, I know it all. That's it. No, it's like, I want to know how he did that. I'm looking to see what's going on here.
Thanks.
And you want to know, you want to learn because I'm willing to give it out. So I can't hold it and think that I know everything. I have to be able to learn and grow through people. And I like that. And that keep my toes too because like, you want to continue putting out good content. If everybody around you putting out good content, you don't want to be the one person that's like putting out some ass content.
Right.
It's some out there, but you don't want to be that person.
Right.
So
Facts.
yeah.
I feel you, bro. And I'm like, bro, like I say, bro, every time I just feel good. I do feel good. I was excited.
Yes.
Like even when I was looking at the your thinking out loud.
Yeah, I love them.
Bro, when they got like the most exciting part to me, and she'll tell you, bro, the most exciting part to me through that whole interview is when you was like, bro, they got a nice bathroom.
Yeah.
Bro, I take, you don't know how much
'Cause that's a
I
great business.
take
That's fire,
Great
bro.
businesses
into
are.
That's fire.
consideration. Because, like I say, I learned that through studying. Like a lot of the top businesses in the country have the cleanest bathroom, have the most appealing bathrooms.
Yeah.
And like just I guess that just stuck
Hey,
with
bro,
me, and I harp on that.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, because you
that
just
is
cleaned
my-
the bathroom before
that
you
is
got here,
my
bro. You
like that.
I
That's
smelled
my
it.
thing.
Now, yeah, clean the table, the
Yeah.
back. You can smell it in here.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, we try to
facts.
be good. Listen here, man. We ain't no, we men that like to take care of
Very
stuff.
cleanliness,
That's
next
Very
to
what's up, bro.
cleanliness
godliness,
next to
like, for real.
godliness, man.
Oh God, bro.
I believe in that. I believe in you groom yourself, you clean up where you at. Hey, listen, ain't nobody picking up after you.
Almost definitely.
Nah, that's dope, bro.
You a man.
Most definitely. Hey, Red, is there anybody you want to give a shout out before we get out of here, man?
You already know. Shout out to me.
Amen.
Shout out to
Amen.
me.
Hallelujah.
Hey, you put a lot of work in, boy. Keep doing your thing.
Hey, damn right, bro. What's going on,
Hey
C-Note?
man, for you know, I want to piggyback over there off of me.
right,
For me,
damn right.
the short guy with no shorts supply. My brother right here,
For sure.
Rocket.
You already know.
Also, my boy Jermaine right here.
There we
Hey, listen,
go.
like I said, he the Phil Jackson of this
I'm
motherfucker.
telling you, bro.
You know what? Before we even get any further, before I even add the rest of the guys, I gotta put the goddess in this thing. You hear me?
Okay.
You know, the ratchet hippie,
ratchet
the one who
hippie.
saved us.
There she go.
Bruh.
There she
Oh
You
go.
my
hear me?
God.
The greatest producer you can ever have.
I'm trying to tell you.
Look here.
And more than the producer.
You
More
feel
than
me?
the producer.
That's our lifeline.
Like,
You hear
oh
me?
my God.
You hear me? I don't even know how to
That's fire.
survive without her. I honestly,
Bruh,
let me
that's
tell you. Look,
real facts.
I'll write something down in a note. She'll ask the question, and I'll respect it to her. She'll be like, short guy, put it in the documents. I'm going in the documents, and I'll be like, how did you beat me to this?
Man,
Like, it's
for
in the
real.
documents.
She
Like,
lit.
you told me to
She
put it
lit.
in there.
She
Oh
lit.
God,
She
oh
lit.
God, bro. Like piggybacking off of you, shout out to me. You know what I'm saying? For real.
Self-love, the best
For
love,
real.
baby.
Yes,
Oh God,
sir.
oh God, y'all better get y'all some.
Yes.
But to piggyback off of him, this woman right here, bro. Like I told her last night. I was just telling her last night, like, bro, I just feel like so bad that I'm not able to compensate you monetarily
Right.
what you are worth right now. Like you don't like you a lot of shit that I'm doing, a lot of shit that I'm incorporating is because she's already took the time to do the research and she just taught me. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
dope, man.
And it's just like, bro, like I try to give her so much like the credit that she deserves when I can do stuff. Like people don't even know I done already paid her for producing one of the podcasts just because, like, bro, I know what goes into this.
Yes.
I just not even that, you know what I'm saying? She's a good person. I know her and all that. Just, bro, I know what goes
It's a
into
job
this.
in itself. Right?
Thank you, bro. And the fact that you have your own job and then you have 3 beautiful kids and then you have to deal with 6 other kids.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, we
bro,
are
like,
children.
this
We are
shit,
I told
bro.
you, we're legit
That's
children.
funny.
Like, bro,
That's funny.
oh God, I can never thank you enough. So thank you
Yes.
again. Like, bro, you have been the most vital piece to this.
Facts.
For real, for real. But man, I also have to thank J. Paul because bro, we
Amen.
would not have this like stationary spot.
Shout
Shout out
do
to
what
J.
we got
Paul,
here
man.
dope.
You are
without
truly a
him,
blessing.
bro. Like for real, bro. And I want to give a shout out to the whole team over at Opinionated, but most definitely Felix.
Felix,
because without
big
Felix,
bruh.
bro, we would have never
met you.
had this.
Shout out to Felix, man.
he really gave us a more ushering in
Yeah.
about you and really made it more comfortable to, you know, like just have a good dynamic and
And a
dialogue.
dialogue
on
with
camera.
you, brother.
You feel
yeah.
me?
And
So
Shout out
I
to him, man.
definitely
I kind of
You've been cool for a
like
while.
picking your brain, brother. And
But
like
for
I
real.
said, I've been really like ever since we locked in, and then I made Facebook. You know, they made me. 'Cause, you know, I used to was banned off Facebook, but
Got you.
Real.
Got you.
and I've been watching all your thing out loud. I was like, and I like to hear people's thoughts, and you have like that thought, like I got, like, why did you do that?
Yeah.
Why was that important for you to even do that? Like, what? Like, you know, you got to have a conversation when somebody got to really tell somebody.
Yeah,
What
Exactly.
was the
sometimes I write
purpose?
it down. I just think about when I have to mix the funny with the serious and
Yeah.
all
Right.
that stuff sometimes too.
Right, for sure.
But, yeah.
For sure, man. But most definitely, we're definitely gonna have you on back on whenever you can bless us with your presence again. We would
Definitely.
definitely love to have you, bro. But again, bro, this has been a hell of an episode.
Yes,
like this,
beautiful
It
episode.
feels good to me. I hope that it really connects to the viewers, cause bro, it feels so good to be in this space right
Right.
now, man.
That's a good one. You can feel it. You can feel when it's good. You
Yeah,
just know.
For sure.
and you
For
can
sure.
understand the validity of how we flow, everything. Like you can, I feel like y'all gonna understand where we was coming from.
Nobody try to outshine nobody. And that's the best
Exactly.
thing. Everybody had to, and when they had to the floor, everybody had to the floor.
Right.
That's perfect conversation.
And that's why we came up with this, because it's like I'd rather be more serious, because as black people, we not enough serious on each other.
Yeah.
Or like I say, they like holding each other accountable
For things.
Like it was a thing back in the day. Now it's getting away from it. Now we like bringing it back, but with the understanding of what's healthy about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, and how we can move forward.
Yeah, and
Well,
grow.
but again, this has been another episode of
Ready to be accountable.
and we are out this bitch.
Gone.
Get it.